Hello, ladies and gents. Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. So Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 11, Episode 5. The episode is entitled Tatted Tales. So, look, I think I'm going to do a separate video about the Real Housewives for some other reasons, but I'm going to hold off just a little bit. Just not yet. Just not yet. Anyway, Portia and Dennis, they're meeting Portia's mom, Miss Diane, and they're at a hookah lounge. Portia's doing hookah. I'm thinking around this time, Portia should be pregnant. So what's going on? Does she just not realize that at the time? Like, what's going on? Anyway, we see Miss Diane. Of course, she looks really good. She comes in and she likes the guy. See, Portia already said so many positive things about Dennis that Miss Diane is pretty much sold. So Miss Diane's more so already on the tip of, all right, so when Portia, she's already, older, so she can't wait forever. What about kids? What about marriage? And they both seem to be on the same overall page. Apparently, Portia also got a tattoo to match his. Now, they both have tattoos matching behind the ear. The thing with Portia is that hers is, what was it? A cross, a heart, and, money. So, prosperous, financially prosperous, their connection with the Lord, and, love in general. And it's all cute. It's all nice. And it's just like, I'm happy for Portia. I'm really happy for Portia. We already know that she's pregnant. And so that's why I'm like, I don't know what else to say there. Candy has a meeting with Cynthia, Nene, and Marlo. Marlo comes overdressed because it's Marlo. And the whole thing is, Marlo goes and says, "Oh, look, Cynthia, thank you for putting in some effort and not looking like a tomboy today." I said, okay, this is Marlo. This is Marlo. This is what we expect from Marlo Hampton. So I just have to calm down for that. The conversation does shift because, at Cynthia's Bailey Q, there are multiple things that occurred. One of the things that occurred is there's acknowledgement that Cynthia and Portia, they fall hard and they fall quickly. But one of the things is Candy lets me know that she is familiar with the guy. She knows Dennis' past, apparently how he was with another girl, other girls, and the timelines are kind of weird because apparently he was supposed to be in another relationship up until a month ago. So like a month ago, and he has the habit of getting tattoos as well as buying girls Rolexes. And they're all kind of looking like, and so then Candy asks them, well, should I tell Portia? They all tell her, why would you go and do that? Why would you go and why? No. Nene says no. It doesn't make sense. She doesn't like you. It's not good intentions. From her point of view, if you go and bring something like that up, you're just going to be seen as messy. So just avoid it. Just leave it alone. And I agree. I completely agree. There was also mention about how when Cynthia was dating Will and, information getting back to Cynthia. And it was like, yeah, it was appreciated because it was a different situation. But still, it's not like she was just so thrilled to hear it. So especially hearing it from someone who she doesn't have a close relationship with, it just doesn't make sense. Now we see Eva and we see her mother, and Eva's best friend also comes along. They're going to go dress shopping, and the dresses, of course, were nice, wedding dresses. Eva's mom feels like it's her wedding too. We hear that Eva's mom, she was very successful in the corporate world. She was I think a VP in the medical sector, and she's retired, doing well for herself, but she's been married to her husband for 35 years, but she's never had like a big wedding. And so this is Eva's big wedding, is like her big wedding. I said, nope. That's a problem. That's not going to work. That is not going to work. Because you have to think about it. This is Eva's wedding. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot. It's just not going to work. Anyway, we get to the dresses. The first one was the second one was, oh, the third one was okay, was okay, and then the fourth one was, I don't like the illusion, mesh thing. So I will agree with her mom on that. I feel like, look, illusion doesn't match your skin tone, especially when you talk about black women. So you might as well just go without, period. And so then she's talking to the owner because she's upset. She's very upset. And so then the owner said, you're paying for this. This is your wedding day. You tell me which one you actually want. I'll go make the alterations we need to make. And that's all that matters. Now we see Shamari and Ronnie. And we get the backstory on the twins. Apparently, Shamari was on bed rest for over 2 months. And she actually had to have Ronald, which was the firstborn. He had to be, I guess, have a C-section, be taken out first because his life was threatened. And we understand why her babies are so important and why she's doing all this. We get it. There's no problems with that. The problem is she eventually goes and tells Ronnie that, hey, when the girls and I were having to sit down, we went and, one of the questions was, has anyone ever had an open relationship? And then she answered, and he's upset with her, rightfully so, because remember, she was the one who initiated the open relationship. Apparently things went really south, and so then she had to stop the open relationship. What it sounds like is that she was, she had fallen too deep with the woman that she was in an open relationship with. He was really just sleeping around with the women, and that's all that was. And so then it kind of seemed like they broke up a couple of times, and maybe their relationship, it wasn't going to work. Possibly wasn't going to work. And so he was upset that, so you really just put everything out there. And he even asked, like, were you ladies drinking a couple of shots? Is that how it came up? Did you just offer this information up quickly, willy-nilly? Like, he just feels like everything isn't for everybody. I'm thinking, you're right. But wait until she tells you that she went and told your mom. Because she didn't say anything about that yet, and she did that intentionally because just looking at your initial reaction, she's probably realizing, oh, maybe this wasn't the greatest of ideas. You think? You think? Now, Eva goes and has brunch with her mom, and Eva's upset because her mom wants to invite a couple of more people, and Eva's saying the wedding, it's already 150 people, and only like 40, maybe a little bit over 40 people are from my side of the family, and I just want to keep things, under control. We're paying for all of this, and the budget starts here, and then it goes all the way up here, and we're not trying to do all of that. And her mom doesn't really want to hear all of that, because she said, these are other people that's been a part of our lives. Not necessarily yours, but more so a part of our lives, and I feel like they need to be at our wedding. I said, oh, no. 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 So then Eva starts crying because she feels like she's not having a say in her own wedding day, and she's talking to the producer in the bathroom saying her mom has a takeover spirit and she's tired of it. And then she comes back and she realizes, okay, maybe the crying part was a little bit too much, but the whole point was she is not feeling in control, and that's why she's having these moments, and that's why she's crying, and that's why she's upset. And so then her mom goes and apologizes and says, that's not what I was trying to do. That is not what I was trying to do. So I apologize. Eva says she apologizes. They're just going to go smoke some try some hookah and calm down. Now we see Greg, and I said, wow, Greg still looks pale in the face. We see Greg, and they have the nutritionist chef guy there. Greg is trying to do everything in his power to make sure that he doesn't have any cancer cells the natural way versus doing chemo. So he's willing to go vegan. So the chef is showing all the ingredients to make these smoothies. And Greg actually likes the smoothie. But then he gets a call from the doctor. And the doctor says that, oh, by the way, unfortunately, they did find cancer cells, and because they found cancer cells, now's the time for them to jump on it and do the chemo. But we don't know yet, what Greg is going to do. At least I don't know yet. And Nene kind of had that look of, she kind of wants Greg to do it, and Greg just had that look of, look, he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it. It's his body. He knows what will happen to his body, at least during the process of doing chemo. So that's a tough one. But at this point, since they found traces...
Remember to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe and come back.
And he's already had like full-on cancer. It's one of those things where what are you going to do? Are you going to take the chance of trying to go the natural route, and what if that doesn't work, or go the route that's going to be painful but at least would yield overall better results? But now's the day of the party for the twins, and Shamari said that she spent easily, $10,000 or more. I said, let's see. And I saw bouncy houses. We saw the cakes. That's at least close to $1,000 when you include taxes. We see that she had, 125 people. I said, that adds up very quickly. This is making sense. So I said, okay, I can believe that. Marlo apparently took someone's kid for the day. No, Marlo had her nephew. I think she said her nephew. But he was so adorable. At first I was like, whose niece is that? But no, that was her nephew. Marlo was actually dressed appropriately, in Marlo's way. Candy, Todd, and Ace were there, so it was nice. So everyone comes in, and here goes Ronnie. I thought Ronnie was going to say something else slick to Candy, and Candy had that look of, look, I like you, let's not go and do too much right now. But nothing really happened. So now the ladies are sitting down, and we have this moment where Candy and Marlo let it be known to Shamari that it's a little interesting. Okay, Cynthia couldn't make it. Cool. Portia didn't really give an excuse why she couldn't make it. Portia just didn't come, and it was weird because Portia actually knows me. We know each other. We actually grew up with each other, so that's why I don't understand what's the issue there. And Candy let it be known that because Shamari thought, oh, okay, Portia was the one that just went and did the whole thing with the fashion, but Portia, she gave the peach to, she passed the peach to Eva. And Eva was the one who brought up, who technically, by following the game rules, shaded Shamari when it came to clothes. And Shamari didn't realize that at the time. But Candy let it be known that, yes, that's what actually happened. So now Shamari's just like, wait a minute. So Eva, of all people, going and saying something like that to me. I said, oh, here we go. And that's when Eva comes in with her son, her daughter, and her husband. And so then it took maybe all of 10 seconds for Shamari to go and say, you know what? It's interesting that you went and made comment and made notes about, my clothes, my fashion. And this is Eva. Eva's like, oh, wait, no, but that's not what happened. That's not what it is. And 2 plus 2 isn't 4. And 4 plus 4 isn't 8. It's 6. And the sky it's not green today. It's yellow. It's topaz. I'm thinking, Eva, you're going to have to come a little bit differently if... I get it. Eva doesn't mean anything malicious by it, so then she goes and tries to backpedal. But this whole backpedaling thing is not going to work in this group. You better stand firm in your word, no matter what you say. Because Eva says, no, I didn't mean it by like that. Yes, you did. Because you said, if we're following the rules, and the rules were that either you answer the question or you pass the peach to the person who you think best reflects the question or statement. And that's what Eva did. But anyway, the twins everyone said happy birthday to them. And of course, the twins, super adorable. But now we get to Candy. Candy is with Todd and Don Juan. And Don Juan is over it. Don Juan just has that look of, I'm making such good money. That's the only reason why I'm putting up with these shenanigans. But I'm so tired of all this. That's the look. That's what I get from Don Juan. And Don Juan was hearing Candy discuss how, Candy knows this information about Portia, and she went and shared it with some of the other girls, and the other girls said not to go and share it to Portia because it wouldn't be received well, and Don Juan said, yes, I agree, don't say anything, like, what are you doing? Like, can we just drop this? But it doesn't seem like Candy really wants to drop this. But then we hear that apparently someone ran back and told Portia, because Dennis went and called his ex or exes and was saying, who said something to who? And who said something to Candy? And I said, uh-oh. It really doesn't matter, but it's like, Dennis, why was your first reaction to go and call up your exes and say who said who to who? That looks very shifty and shady. So we have that going on. We have to keep that in the back of our minds. So now, Cynthia has this new wine venture, so that's why she invites the ladies out. And when I say ladies, it's herself, Nene, as well as Candy and Portia. Problem is that Portia and Candy get there first. And Portia's pissed because she knows that Candy was the one going and spreading the gossip. So then Cynthia, the rest of the ladies come, and I said, dang it, Cynthia looks so good, but why did she put that thing on the top of her head? Cynthia is one of those, what, dang it. Nene's been having a good year with the hair. I'm sure Nene was like, look, I'm dealing with actual stuff. I can't deal with these people talking about my hair. Hold on. So apparently Cynthia doesn't know a thing about wine. She's going in with investors. She's doing it because she knows she likes wine and she can make money off of it. I said, you know what? I would say fair enough, but I just need people to be well versed in the things that they're investing in, or at least the things that they're going to be the face of. But she talks about how, oh my gosh, this wine's from California like her man. I'm thinking, oh gosh, we don't care. Apparently they're still together. But things take a turn. Because Portia, she's talking about her relationship with Dennis. And now Dennis this, Dennis that. Everyone's like, And then that's when they realize, all right. I understand this is some passive-aggressive stuff. So Candy says, look, I heard information about Dennis. And I went and relayed it to the other ladies. But I didn't relate to you because I was told not to, that we weren't close, so it didn't make sense for me to go and da-da-da. Portia's upset because she feels like, so what's the point of you going and saying it to them, period? Because it's still being messy, because you're still spreading it around the group, even if you're not going and relaying it to me. Now, Nene put it out there that, Portia, don't get mad at Candy. Remember when you went and told that information to Cynthia about Will last year, and Portia said, no, I went to Cynthia directly. I said, no, you eventually went to Cynthia after everyone else went to Cynthia to kind of go and say, oh yeah, I heard that too. That's what happened. Let's be clear. That's what happened. But Portia just feels like she's in a good place. You can't go and say you're not trying to be messy. The way to do that was to never go and relay it to anyone else, period. And then we find out who the person was that went and relayed it. Because at first we were like, Cynthia said, I didn't say anything. Nene said, I didn't say anything. Portia in the confessional says, oh, Nene told her. I said, really, Nene? Really, Nene? So they're going to agree to disagree. Apparently, Portia got a tattoo of Dennis, because she got a tattoo of her, and then everyone kind of looked like, oh, a tattoo? Ooh. So that was it. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm actually surprised I talked this long about this episode.